Hey there, this is Editor Mike, and we've had a little bit of a problem with a couple of recordings. Our last two episodes of season three videos just did not work and went mysteriously missing, and so we are going to have to just jump right to the end of season three here. And so I'm going to give you a quick review of how the last bit of our season went. It was actually full of drama behind the scenes. So that's unfortunate we missed it, but I'll give you a little bit of a review. I believe the last episode that we were together, we played Chorley and Torquay and lost both of those, and we went on an awful run where we just could not score goals. Am I correct in that? No, that's not right. It was down here. It was way too early in the season. That was before I was in the job. This Chorley and Sutton we played where we actually won 2-0 and 2-0. That sounds better. After that, we did pretty decent. We did lose against Torquay 3-1, but then beat Bath 2-1. Drew Harrogate 0-0 in the FA Trophy fifth round, and so had to play them again, going away and beating them there 2-1 in extra time, scoring in the 95th minute on a penalty to be able to go through and go to the quarterfinal of the FA Trophy. Then we played Yeovil, who at the time were second in the league, and we were able to beat them 3-1. And then we lost 3-0 to Hartlepool, who were a team who were just in the playoffs. And despite this pretty good run where we won in the 2 months, we were in the league at least 1, 2, 3, 4 wins and 3 losses during that time. And then just before the Boston United game here, I got the dreaded board meeting that said it gave me a month to turn it around or else lose my job, which seemed very harsh, having only lost 3 out of the 7 games during that time. But then we came and we beat Boston United 2-1 in that. We were hoping to get past Chesterfield and make it to the semifinal, as that was one of the expectations, and hoping to hit at least one of the expectations they had sent out for me, but that did not happen as we lost 2-1 in extra time, 118th minute. I believe that was a game 2 that we dominated and just could not score. And then, so coming out of this board meeting that gave me a month, we then went on to beat Wealdstone 5-2, Kings Lynn 4-2, Bromley 1-0, and then lost to Chesterfield 1-0, losing to them again. Again, I think a game that we dominated and just couldn't score. And then lost to Stockport 1-0. So within that month, we were 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 again, but it was enough for them to say they're content with how we were doing, and so kept my job at least till the end of the season. We then went on to go on quite a good tear at the end of the season, beating Scunthorpe 3-0, losing to Ebbsfleet 3-1, who were top of the league and ended up winning the league. Then we beat Aldershot 2-1, Woking 4-1, with a couple of sending offs happening in that game. Eastleigh we drew 3-3, and then finally finishing off with a 3-1 win against Weymouth, and that is how the last run of games in our season went. And I gotta go back a year. It placed us finally finishing in 12th place on 20 wins, 7 draws, 19 losses, and 67 points is where we ended up at the end of the season. Ebbsfleet winning, Wrexham won promotion through the playoffs, Woking, Wealdstone, Oxford City, and Bromley going down into the next league. And that is how our season ended up. And I also put forward my case, I think, what was supposed to be the last episode, as to why it would have been very unfair if they had fired me. And let's see how much I can remember. One was like our run was actually quite good, and it's a screen that I had shown a few times. That if we looked at the past positions, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it again for last season. No, I can't show it now from where we are. But they had started all around down to the bottom 23rd and whatnot. And by the time I took over, I think game 17, it was just a steady up and up until we kind of hit that 13th by the end of the year. So we were going up and up and up. And then the other one, which I should be able to show, is on my own profile, my history. Here at Dagenham and Redbridge, I've played 40 games. I've won 22, drawn 7, lost 11, with a 55% win percentage. I've won quite a bit more games than I've lost, and even than I've drawn. So I have a positive win record as well. So that's pretty ridiculous why they would fire me after that time. But we have hit 283 days in charge here at Dagenham and Redbridge. And with that now, I'm going to pass you over to Past Mike to do the season review, as that video and audio and everything worked. And so take it away, Past Mike. Alright, we are here with our end of season review here at Dagenham and Redbridge. All these signings, we didn't really do any of the signings. I don't see there they say we have a signing of the year. I have signed Joe Snowden, Cameron, I think just those two have been my two signings. Oh, and Davies have been my signings. All kind of future players, but definitely Rico Brown is who I would say was the signing of the season from the loan. He was by far our best player this season. So Davies, who made 2 substitute appearances for us with a 6.8, looked pretty good in those short, brief times he was out there. Snowden, actually, I don't think comes in until the end of the season, or until the transfer window opens again. And then Cameron is our goalkeeper, hopefully of the future. The season results, they say a C+. It's board expectations at top half, though the whole time it was telling me playoff minimums. So I don't know why I felt like all this pressure when apparently they just wanted a top half, which we ended up doing, considering we were from 23rd. The FA Cup, we were knocked out in the first round by Newport County. And the FA Trophy, we made it to the quarterfinal before we were knocked out by Chesterfield in extra time in a game that we really should have won and dominated. Biggest win was the 5-0 win against Hungerford in the FA Cup. Match remembers their 2-1 win against Eastleigh back in November, so I think that was right around when I came. Goal of the season comes from Mondal in that 5-0 win against Hungerford. Let's see if we can watch it. Oh, this takes a little to load. I don't know if I remember this one. Was I in charge for the Hungerford game? Yes, I think I was. Yeah, because that's my system, so I was in charge. Alright, let's see this goal. Francis will have it, pass it back. Payne will put it over to Mondal, heads it down to McCallum, and Mondal takes a shot from well out and buries it in the bottom right corner. And that is our goal of the season. Very nice. Finances, everything's been down because the competition prize money went up as we played, went further in competitions than they did last year. McCallum is our top jersey sold, followed by Wilson, Dallin, Brundle, and Salupe. And this is how we lined up. McCallum up front, Dallin out left, Clark on the right, Sykes and Phipps in the center. Adams, defensive midfielder, Brown, Waterfall, Kelly Evans, Payne, interesting. Oh yeah, and Justin. It's pretty much, usually Antoine was in there, so I'm surprised that Payne made it in there. Well, I guess they considered Payne more of a key player than Antoine. Antoine played well for most of the game. Anyways, the accolades. McCallum is the fans player of the season. Brown is the young player of the season. Goal of the season was Mondal. McCallum the top goal scorer with 16 goals. Kelly Evans had 8 assists. McCallum had the most player match awards. Brown, the highest average rating of 7.3, and Phipps completed the most passes complete per 90 minutes. So good pass in there. McCallum has set the record for the most goals by a player in a season with 16. Justin has 15 shutouts to get the most shutouts by a player in a season. Pryor is the oldest player with 34 years, 67 days, and the oldest goal scorer at 34 years and 53 days. And as for that, if we look at how Chorley did, we did end up passing Chorley, who when I left them were in 10th, and they had dropped down into 15th spot, and that's where they ended. Ebbsfleet goes up as champions, and we'll see in the playoffs who goes up the rest of the year. As we look at their expectations for next year, strive to make progress on and off the pitch, work within payroll budget, and finish in the top half is what they're looking for. I think that is a much more reasonable expectations, and if we make the right signings, I think we can probably do better. Team meeting, top half, lovely. We won't make promises now, but we are definitely going to be changing over a bunch of the players. I think we'll have a pretty new looking squad next year, and that's where we will wrap it up. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like it, subscribe, and we will see you at the beginning of next season, hopefully still employed here at Dagenham and Redbridge. It says I'm a C+ right now for head coach performance, so I think we should still be around here. So we'll see you for the start of season 4 next time on Up the Ladder.